That looks like good stuff. That looks like good stuff. There's some good gold ore. Welcome back to MTN Prospecting. Today we're back in the mine. I wanted to go back to that specific spot, that specific pocket in this prospecting pit. As you guys see, there's some new obstacles here in this cave. This hole, this pocket, this is the one we wanted to go back to and get more of that coarse material out of it. But there must be some openings there, water's running through it, and it's completely froze over. Insane stuff. I'll still try to find some other samples to grab. I don't think I'm gonna be able to break off that ice. We're gonna have to wait till that thaws up. So I'll look around a little bit more, see if I can find any other samples to take home, make a quick little video with it. But we might be out of commission with this mine for the winter. We'll see, maybe if we get a hot day, it'll melt up. But until then, let's try to find some more gold. So right to the right of this pocket is where the vein kind of continues. It goes into that pocket. Watch the last video to see what's under this ice. But there's still a lot of this material that I'm kind of interested in. That material I found the little specimen in was in kind of the darker black material that's running through this quartz. So I see a little string of it running through here, kind of down into this. So I'm gonna try to break up some of those samples and see what we can get out of that. That looks like good stuff. That looks like good stuff. There's some good gold ore. Let me give you guys a quick close-up. Give you guys a quick close-up of what we're looking at. Super nice looking material. See, this is the darker stuff that I'm aiming to get this time. It's not quite as black as the other stuff, so maybe I'm... Ooh, let me put this in the bag before I lose it. But a lot of quartz. It's on the upper band of where that vein is. I'm gonna keep uncovering some of that. It's looking pretty promising. I'm not gonna take too many more samples. It's about 12 degrees out right now. I got my buddy Finn and Arlie up there. Arlie's not happy, but for his safety, I'm not letting him get near the mine. It's super slippery, there's a lot of ice, and I don't need a pup going to the vet. So here's a real close-up of the material. Again, this is kind of the bottom of the vein, kind of the top of the vein, and it's shooting up at a diagonal. But really cool. Blocked by our ice. I think that's all the samples I'm gonna take. I'm gonna make my way back up. You can see on the way out. Look at all those icicles. I'm in danger. I'm in danger. We'll get out there. Let's pack it up, head back down the hill. We'll crush up these rocks. I don't have many samples today. Can't get a lot, but we'll see if we got any gold out of this. Maybe next weekend we'll have to hop back in the river so we can keep finding gold. We're back at the house a few days later, going through those samples, and we got some tiny gold. You can kind of see them. Well, that piece looks a little bigger, dude. Well, the piece on the right. So, if you guys believe me, that little piece right on the tip of the shadow, I'm pretty sure is a little piece of gold. Yeah. And then in that little pile is another tiny piece. Such small stuff, but we are taking pretty small sample sizes. That batch was probably like a pound. I didn't have very much in there, so I'm still glad that we're finding some gold out of this stuff.
You need a microscope for it.
Yeah, we need a microscope for it for sure. We're also not using the greatest methods. Someone recommended a shaker table or like a ball mill to kind of grind down some of these samples a lot finer into dust. Right now we're only getting like 50% of this stuff crushed down. And we're still not crushing it down as much as we would like to. So we didn't really get the good material that we wanted out of that pocket or out of that vein. We had to work to the right side this time because of the ice that was coming through. So it was kind of the low grade of that vein that we wanted to get, but we still got gold from it. So that's super impressive. It's a good sign for us. Once that cave thaws out, we'll see if anything falls in there. We'll give it time to breathe, give it time to kind of
settle.
Yeah, give it time to settle. And then we can go back in and work that pocket a little bit more. There's some good material there. It's a pretty big pocket. It almost looks like they tried to dig in initially. Go check out that first cave video if you haven't seen it yet, where we actually show that pocket in the first video. So we're going to go back to that spot once it thaws out. But in the meantime, we have new mines with new material. That video's coming out Sunday, so stay tuned to see if we get any gold from the closed off, sealed bat cave. All right, I think this is the last piece that we got in the pan. You can see it right there in the center. Really, really small piece again. I'm really surprised that the iPhone camera can get that close to it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good visual. So pretty cool. We found, I think Dylan found one in his pan too. So I think that was 3 or 4 of those really, really small pieces. We can't measure this stuff. If we wanted to do a real assay, we need 100 pounds. And
At least, yeah.
we don't have 100 pounds. But we're still finding gold. We definitely want to go back to this spot. There's a lot of ice in it right now, which is really, really sketchy. In that video, it wasn't the smartest of me to go into that cave. There's a lot of overhead shelves there. But we are educating ourselves. We're kind of getting better at maybe identifying slightly dangerous situations.
And we'll scale it down next time. We'll bring a bar so we can take down some of the looser rock up top. Make it as safe as possible.
Yeah. Maybe get some better
hard hats.
PPE. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to be more safe when we go into these caves. We want to be a good example for you guys. We don't want to lead anyone in the wrong direction. So please be safe if you do see caves like these, especially in Vermont. They're old, they're fragile, and they want to take you down. So don't get greedy for that gold. But luckily, we've stayed safe. We haven't gotten hurt. We might point out a couple clips in the last video where you could see some of the dangerous sections of the mine. So we'll show you guys that. Look out for those dangerous situations and keep chasing that gold. We'll see you next time.